it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Friday Night Stamp Therapy. I'm so happy you are joining me today. It is Friday, May 23rd, 2025, and it's a special day in our house. It's Anna Banana's birthday. She's our youngest, and she's turning 15. I can hardly believe that. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry I'm running late. The pizza literally walked in the door. I scarfed down one piece. It's just been their kind of day. We've got some company. Mom and Dad left, but my sister's here. My sister Yvonne, and so we are trying to squeeze in a birthday celebration. The girls had an archery party tonight to celebrate their national titles, third place in 3D and eighth place overall for bullseye. So amazing at the national tournament. I thought that the party was lined up with the video, and it turns out that it was before, and now they're home and done. And so I'm just trying to juggle all the things tonight. I got to make some frosting after the video tonight, and play some more games and hang out with my birthday girl. Okay, so I love to make homemade frosting. Here's a little fun story. My mom always made buttercream frosting growing up, and as a child, I wanted the canned frosting. I don't know why. Yvonne, did you feel that way?
Oh no, I love mom's frosting was number one. That was it.
I didn't fully appreciate it until I was older. Like, it was like how I always wanted that like peanut butter and strawberry like swirl thing that came in a jar, the goobers or whatever. That was gross. I don't know why I wanted that. I don't know why I wanted canned frosting. As an adult, I make frosting just like Mom. I use her recipe. It's still not quite like her, you know, like I've done well, but her frosting is always just tops, right? Anyway, so I'm making frosting. It's really simple. Anna is lactose intolerant, so we'll use a plant-based butter. So it's not quite, it's like Anna-friendly buttercream. That's what we call it. So it's got powdered sugar, vanilla, a little bit of lactose-free milk, and butter. So yummy. So we made our cupcakes. We got our homemade frosting that's coming on it tonight. We're going to have some fun. Of course, sprinkles. So I would love to know who else at home makes frosting, or do you enjoy baking? What do you enjoy baking? What do you like making? So let me know in the comments. It's always fun. A couple years ago, when Mom and Dad were here, we had a whole week of birthday cakes. Do you remember that? We got a different birthday cake every day. And we had red velvet last night with Mom and Dad while they were here. And then we're making some funfetti cupcakes today. We're not doing a whole week of birthday cakes, just two different kinds of birthday cakes. Gail, I'm glad I'm not alone. She says she's the same with maple syrup. Didn't want the real stuff, wanted the one from the store. And then when you get older and you have more discerning taste, then you kind of figure out, right, what the good stuff is. So I'm back from Florida, and I'm here in Central Illinois, and golly, it's cold. It's not cold. Like, it's very pleasant. Actually, today, like, the weather was perfect. When we were on the porch, we invited Mom and Dad. I said to Yvonne, I said, this is the weather. Like, I would love this every day. It was like not too hot and sunny and beautiful out. It was a little warm for me in Florida, but we did enjoy ourselves so very much, especially when we spent a few extra days by the ocean. We were right on the Atlantic, so it was awesome. Connie says, save you a piece. Cream cheese frosting. Oh my gosh. So we tried to make dairy-free cream cheese frosting last night for the red velvet, and it was good, but it's just not the same as like real cream cheese, you know? Like, I don't know if it was I think it was Kite Hill brand, but it was like soft cream cheese. It was like a spread. And so for cream cheese frosting, you really need like a block of cream cheese. Ooh, Texas sheet cake, Kimberly. My grandmother used to make the most amazing Texas sheet cake. Gosh, Yvonne, we need to try to make that this summer.
I have the recipe.
Yeah, we need to do that. Angel food cake, strawberry shortcake. That sounds so good, Joe, with the strawberries that you picked. Anyway, so I've got some fun stamping projects for you. I feel like it has been just a crazy day since I've been home, but I am really excited to share this back pocket card layout special edition card pack for you. Now, if you got both of my product shares together, the in color product shares and the regular product shares, then you already got the special edition back pocket card layouts. There's 5 of them inspired by the annual catalog, and they come packaged in this custom pouch that I created for you. Well, I designed the logo and I had it printed. It says creativity is intelligence having fun. It's so much fun. This is like, I don't know what the size is, like 6 by 9 or so. And it fits like your half sheet of cardstock in there to do, keep your project pieces together. Also really great for organizing, photos, for scrapbooking. So it's a little Velcro pouch, and inside is 5 different card layouts. These are special edition. These are different from the monthly card layouts. And all of these were inspired by layouts from the annual catalog. Now, last week, if you watched, I shared 2 of those card layouts, and we talked about inspiration from the catalog. And I shared with you some banner cards and the fun little diagonal card with the piggy and the sailboat. So check that video out if you have not seen it yet. It is such a fun one. And those are 2 of the card layouts that are here in the special edition pouch, and I'm going to share with you the other 3 tonight. We're going to make some cards. I'm going to show you some extra samples, but you can get this back pocket card layout special edition pouch with a mystery embellishment from the new catalog. So these are new embellishments, and each pouch will include a random mystery embellishment inside. So you can get this package. I just posted the link this evening. You can check it out at juliedavison.com/kits. I also have a special bundle of this, the special edition pouch, plus the 2024 collection. So if you don't have the 2024 collection, you can get them bundled together and shipped together. And I ran out of the punches. I just sent the last one today, the pouches, the canvas pouches that I was pairing with the 2024 collection. So now it's just the 2024 collection. Without that canvas pouch. But anyway, you can get them bundled together, or you can get either one. And if you're not familiar with the back pocket card layouts, this amazing resource is something I've been doing over the last couple of years. They are postcard size cards that have a layout with measurements and full color card samples on the back, 2 for every layout. And so these are all the back pocket card layouts that I have ever put out. This is my personal ring, but they are collecting. So you can collect your own and put them on a ring and save them. They are just so handy when you're looking for inspiration. You've got a new stamp set and you're just not sure what to do. You can just kind of thumb through and pick out a layout, use the measurements with the cards as inspiration on the back, but use whatever you have at home. So this is such an amazing tool. I just love this so much, and I'm so excited to be sharing the special edition back pocket card layouts. If you're a member of the Jubilant Stampers team, including those who just joined this month in May, you're going to get the 5 cards in the mail. I'm working on getting those out next week. And you won't get the green pouch or the embellishment, but you'll get the back pocket card layouts, all 5 of them. My team members all get every single back pocket card layout that I come out with. That's a special perk of being on my team. And if you've been thinking about joining as a Jubilant Stamper Demonstrator, there is an awesome promotion happening right now for just another week or so. You can get an extra $40 in your starter kit. So you can choose $165 in product for $99 plus tax. It's such an amazing deal, especially with the new catalog and all the amazing new products. Tammy, you can get the back pocket card layout pouch. It is available to everyone. So you can check out that link if you're interested in getting that. If you are on my team, I had a few people that joined while I was away at Disney. I need to catch up still on my emails. So if you just joined my team, I'll be reaching out to you really soon. And I'll be sending those back pocket card layouts to all of the people on my team next week. So that includes all 3 levels. If you are on my team, but under another person who's under me, then you'll get them. Yay! I'm so happy. Brenda, thank you so much for supporting my business. I'm really excited, and I will have these pouches ready to put in the mail tomorrow. I think I can mail some of them. Or Tuesday. I'm not going to commit to tomorrow, okay? I have company this weekend. I will mail them on Tuesday. If you order right now, they'll get in the mail on Tuesday. And if you order any other time within 48 hours, I try to always get the packages mailed out. Connie, welcome to the team. I saw the email that you joined, and like I said, it's just been so bananas since I got home from Florida. So I'm sorry I haven't reached out yet, but I'll be sending you an email very soon. I'm so excited to have you as part of the team. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's get started stamping, you guys. I'm really excited about these new products. Now, right before I left for Florida, I got my order and I got some brand new stuff to play with, and I feel like I haven't had a lot of time. And so tonight we're going to use some of those brand new things that just were released a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to show you how I was inspired by the catalog through everything. So I don't know where to start. I just feel so let's start with this one. I'm really excited about the Extraordinary Flora. Now, did you guys see this one? It is here. Let's see, top one, right here on pages 84 and 85 of the 2025 to 2026 annual catalog. The Extraordinary Floral bundle includes a stamp set, and this is only 80%, so this is quite a large stamp. You can see it better when I open it up. A photopolymer stamp. It's all one stamp, and then the die is all one die, so you can stamp it and die cut it, like stamp once, die cut once, and get all the individual pieces. In addition to the stamp set and the die, there's also coordinating washi tape. Say what? That's right. There's washi tape that coordinates with the stamp set and die. So you can stamp on the washi tape with stays on, or you can just die cut it as is and it fits the same stamp and die. It's kind of amazing. I really, really, really love this card up here where they have stamped like in black and then die cut it, and then also die cut the washi tape. And I just love the combination of the black images with the beautiful watercolor images from the washi tape. I think that's so awesome. Now this washi tape is available separately, so you can get it without getting the bundle if you want, and you can just use it as washi tape, or you can fussy cut or whatever you'd like. Now they show the washi tape here being die cut. We talked about this last time though. If I were doing this, and when I'm doing this, I guess I should say, I would put that washi tape on white cardstock so that when you die cut, you get, I'll show you what you get. Oh, it's sticking to the page. You get individual pieces that you can then use on your card. Now, the washi tape includes 2 different color patterns. Can you see both of them on there? Let me show you on the white cardstock. It's a little bit better, but it just repeats those 2 patterns over and over again. And the washi tape is, let's see, it's 3 1/4 inches wide. I'm not sure what the length of it is, like how many times you get each of those images, but it's a pretty thick roll, so that's really fun. Let me show you the other color pattern here. We have, I'm going to scoot those out of the way. We've got this one, which has some beautiful like pinks and yellows, and then more of the purple and the blue. And so I know what you're going to say. And maybe we will make it. We're going to make a card today. And I have some colors pulled out. One of my team members was asking me today. She sent me a text message and said, what colors go with this washi tape? And so I actually was just pulling it out to look at it. And so here's what I paired. So with this one, I've paired Summer Splash, Petunia Pop, and picking up some of that yellow, some Darling Duckling. Although I have to say, it did kind of give me some wild wheat vibes. So I think you could use that if you have wild wheat at home. Okay, and then we have this one, which I've paired with Strawberry Slush and Old Olive, and again, Darling Duckling. Now I think you could maybe go with like Calypso Coral or Flirty Flamingo, but I really like Strawberry Slush and it's a newer color, so I think I'm gonna go with that. I know, right, Sarah? It's such an amazing concept to have the washi tape that die cuts. Okay, so here's where we have our first this or that of the night. I need your help deciding which color we should go with for our first card. Should we go with this, which has the Old Olive, Strawberry Slush, and Darling Duckling, or that, which has Summer Splash and Petunia Pop with Darling Duckling? And I know we're gonna have some people who say, both, do both, and maybe we will. Well, we could give it a try. Okay, so let me show you, as you guys are voting, let me show you the card layout that is inspiring this card that we're making today. And okay, right here, I got all my pages marked. I just forgot which one was which. The card layout that inspired me is right here on page 114. Now, there are a lot of samples in the catalog, and most of them are over here where the suites are, but we do have some additional samples in the back. And so this is one of them that is with the specialty paper on page 114. And I just thought this layout was kind of fun with having different squares with the designer paper in the background and the little circle that kind of is an embellishment. So I have an embossed piece of cardstock, and then we're going to stamp and cut apart a layer to go in the middle, and then I have a circle punch, the 2 3/8 inch circle, to go in the center. On the back pocket card layout, it looks like this. So here is our layout, and I have some samples which I'll show you when we're done making our card. So I know Susan says flip a coin. She likes them both. I agree. I couldn't decide, which is why I asked you guys. But let's go ahead maybe and try to do both, because the layer that we're going to stamp on is Darling Duckling for both of them. I think this could work. Okay, so I need a scrap paper. Okay, and I have the giant stamp. Here's how big it is. You're gonna need that largest block to hold this stamp. Like I said, it is all one stamp, so you can use it as a background, or you can stamp it and then die cut it if you want to. And I just wanna use it as a background. So I'm gonna just stamp this outline image, inking it up in Darling Duckling. That's one of the new in colors. We got Darling Duckling, Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Ocean, Secret Sea, and Cloud Cover. That's right. So Darling Duckling is a color that I kind of feel like, I don't know how much I'm going to use that. But it's when this color appears with other colors, like in designer paper, or in this case, in the washi tape, that is when I tend to kind of pull those colors out and use them. So I'm using Darling Duckling here, and gonna stamp that again. So this is just color on color. The Darling Duckling ink on Darling Duckling cardstock. And then for our layout, I am going to cut apart this design. So we're gonna get our paper trimmer out, and we are going to cut at 1.5. So this piece, the whole piece is 3 by 4, and I'm going to cut at 1.5, and then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to cut at 2 inches. So I'm cutting into quarters, and I kind of want to keep those quarters together so that the design like makes sense. And so for this card, we'll have the embossed piece, then we'll have the sections, and then the circle in the center. I don't know, it's really busy and these colors are super bright, but I'm hoping it all pulls together here. So let's put this one aside and let's cut our other yellow piece. So again, we're going to cut at, and I have to say, I feel like I need to switch out my cutter. I have 2 cutters, so I'm just reaching for the other one, but I think my blade, it's time to change that out. So I'm just going to switch to the other blade. Hopefully it'll be a little sharper here. 2 inches. Again, trying to keep those pieces in the right order so the pattern makes sense. Is that right? I think so. Okay. And I have already die cut the washi tape pieces. And so I have some pieces already to choose from. Isn't this fun just to like have all these little flower pieces? As a guide, we can see what's available to us. I sort of love like the larger flowers here. And so I'm gonna look for those images on the circle. I feel like I could have, you know, one like this. What do I have for the words? There are little tiny words in this stamp set. We've got congratulations with love for the extraordinary couple. But you can see they are quite skinny. And so I was thinking I would do congratulations. And I was planning to do, a color, I think, because these cards are so colorful. I thought it would be really pretty to do some kind of color instead of just black. Ooh, I think I like that. And then having the congratulations across the top. I'm gonna switch up my colors and do Petunia Pop and Strawberry Slush. I think those will go really pretty. Congratulations. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Clean that really quick. And then we're gonna do Petunia Pop across the top of the second circle. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Do we need like some other little flowers or something in here? What else do we have? Maybe one of these. And then this one on a dimensional. Oh my gosh, that's lovely. Isn't that pretty? And then I'm just going to save all these and I'll have them for another card. Oh no, Penny, you're having trouble with the die cutting. Let's finish this card and then I've got these ready to go. And so we'll just die cut it live and I'll show you what I did. If your die is really, you know, off and not working, it's possible that you have a bad die. Sometimes that happens. So I'll show you, we'll die cut when we're done putting the card together. And then if yours is really not working right, then I would say try contacting Stampin' Up and see if you can get some help with that. Isn't this so pretty? You'll have to let me know if you change your mind as we put this card together. You'll have to let me know which one ends up being your favorite, if it's the same or if it's any different. So let's start by putting some layers on. I do have to admit I don't have a piece for the inside. I will probably add one later and maybe use some of these die cuts and just, you know, add them to a white piece of cardstock. I'm trying to think and do at the same time. Kathleen is having trouble. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to say I didn't test out the buttons. So hopefully they're working okay. Kathleen, you're trying to get the bundle of the back pocket card layouts and you say it's not working. So let's get in touch tonight after the video and we'll see if we can get it figured out. If nothing else, I can always send you an invoice for the two of them together. Okay, I'm flipping these over. Hopefully I'm not gonna mix them up. I wanna put these on with Stampin' Dimensionals, partly because we are attaching to a layer of cardstock that is textured. And so I always find that the best adhesive to go on top of textured cardstock is dimensionals. Because it just lays down flatter and has better adhesion. I'm not sure exactly where the other ones are going to go, so I'm just going to lightly lay those down, and then I can peel apart a little bit if I need to. I think actually that looks pretty good. You could come down just a little bit farther. Maybe I will here. Just centering those rectangles with a little bit of space. Okay, then when you have them where you want them, then you push down and you make all that adhesive stick. On our circle, I'm going to use some regular adhesive on some of these flowers. And on the big rose, I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. Kind of overlap that. So pretty. And I will just add some regular adhesive to glue the circle flat to the yellow cardstock because it already has dimensionals there. I'm just going to kind of go flat in the other area. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Oh, Heather said that she has also just ordered this and she said it was working okay. So we'll take a look at that, Penny. Hopefully we'll get it worked out. Oh, and Heather said that she's ordered the button. Oh, Lynn said she ordered and the button worked for the PayPal. So I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. But we'll get you figured out, Kathleen, so don't worry. Okay, same thing over here. You know, I thought you guys for sure were going to say, do both. And then I don't know that anybody did yell at me to do both, but here I am doing them anyway. They're just so pretty. It's hard to choose. I know sometimes though you guys tell me that the bright colors can be challenging, that you don't always, oh my heavens, you don't always use the bright colors. So I'm curious of these colors, are they too bright for you or do you think that they're okay for the card? I think you could pair this washi tape with lighter colors. It doesn't have to be the bright colors. You know, you could pull out like a fresh freesia instead of the petunia pop if you wanted to focus more on, you know, a lighter tone, and maybe like lemon lolly instead of the darling duckling. So I think that you definitely could go lighter if you prefer lighter tones. Same thing here. You could pull in some like pretty and pink or something that's a little bit lighter. Oh, Penny likes the colors. Yeah, and Sharon says they're cheerful. I agree. I do think these colors are very cheerful. They're also very summery. And we're getting so close to summer. There's the whole image of the washi tape again. So like if you're doing the whole thing, there's lots of different imagery. We've got, oh, I should have used some of these that have like the little, that stick up a little bit. I've got all the pieces, so I'm sure I'll make some more cards with them. This won't be the only one. Looking to see what I did on the first card as far as guidance for where to put these pieces. Sometimes I think when I'm looking at this from another angle, like normally I would have it right under my nose. It's easier to line up when it's closer to me. How does that look? Does that look okay? Let's push it down, smash it. And we're gonna do the same thing over here with, you know what? I think I'm gonna do that one with regular adhesive. Let's use dimensionals on both of the other ones. I just feel like it could use, I'm gonna pull it up here and do the same. Oop. I just feel like it needs a little more oomph on that side. Yes, that's good. Okay, so dimensionals over here. And of course we gotta add our bling, right? Mom would, she would be saying, bling it up. And so I've got some options for bling. I am loving these new flat pearls that come in the in colors, and they are in both the new in colors and the returning in colors. And since we're using a little bit of both on this project, I'm gonna get them both out. The circle in the center kind of covers up if you're uneven in your spacing. Okay, let's take a look with some flat pearls. So this one is the new in colors, and this is where I've got my strawberry slush. And so I think I'm definitely going to use some of those. Strawberry slush. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And then for this card, I'm going to use the, I feel like I just bumped one off. The 2024 to 2026 in colors. And I'm going to pick up the same layer. This one, the strawberry slush, and this one I'm going to bring in the petunia pop. Oh my, that just finishes it off, doesn't it? Oh, I love them. They're so pretty. Okay, so I already said this or that before we got started. And so, oh, there's the one. I knew I felt it pop off. Did you change your mind, or do you still have the same favorite? Because I think, you know, we're probably either pink people or purple and blue. So maybe you didn't change your mind. If you did change your mind, let me know. And if you didn't answer before, you can let me know now, this or that. Which of these do you prefer? I wasn't sure about that darling duckling, but I think it does kind of tie the other colors in and brings in a little bit of the yellow from some of those flowers. You could add you could add some more of the darling duckling. Oh, that one, that would go over here. That has a little more of the darling duckling in there. Is that too much? I think so. Anyway, you can have some fun. Definitely add some to the inside. Yes. Twyla says the pink one. Heather says both. I know with the washi tape, you can just make as many as you want. You just keep going. Speaking of which, let's try the die cutting, and I'll show you what I did, and maybe that'll help out. So what I love about this die is that it fits into the mini die cutting machine. So it's so easy to do that. So we have our die cutting machine. It's the same if you're using the big one too. So whichever die cutting machine that you have. I do find sometimes dies just get a little sneaky. And you need to hold them down a little bit. So I like this labeling and cover up tape. You could also use a piece of washi tape, or you could use a sticky note, like a super sticky one is good because it's all over. And as far as lining it up, I kind of like take one corner or one end and I move the die around and try to get it just right. And then I'm going to double check, like it looks good here, but like down here, it looks, I can see some white space there. So I'm just going to kind of rotate it a little bit and make sure you're looking at all the corners and getting them just right. It's a little tricky because you can't see the edges of the designs. Like here again, I see some white, so I'm going to kind of just adjust it just a little bit until I get it just right. Little tiny adjustments, and then use that washi tape to or use the Post-it tape or whatever whatever you use to hold your dies down, and kind of hold that die in place so it doesn't move. And then you're going to send that through. And like always with the mini die cutting machine, sometimes I have problems with it when I put it in straight like this. So I like to kind of sometimes add it in like at a slight angle, just so that one corner is going in before the other corner is. It's still mostly straight, but just a little bit of an angle. And that sometimes just helps it to go through a little easier. Sorry for that mini earthquake. But it's so easy. Now I had one, and I won't lie, I had one that I die cut and it was a little bit off. It wasn't, you know, just right on. So just spend some time like just making those subtle adjustments to get it just right. And here, like there's a little bit of extra space there. And with the washi tape, if you just die cut the washi on its own without putting it on white cardstock, you know, it's kind of see-through, so you won't maybe notice as much, but you can always take scissors like on this piece. If I really didn't like all that extra weight, you could take some scissors and just kind of go in and just trim just a little bit to make that border a little bit smaller. Now, if you are consistently getting images that are just way off on all of them, definitely contact Stampin' Up! And see if there's a problem with the die. I've had problems sometimes with dies that didn't line up or didn't match up. Penny says it will match up on the top or bottom, but no amount of finagling will get them even everywhere. Yeah, I mean, I feel like for the most part, mine are coming out even everywhere. So, you know, it doesn't hurt to ask. I would call and see if Stampin' Up! Can send you a new die and try that out. Because like I said, I have seen that happen before, and that makes all the difference. Like if the die is defective, then no amount of finagling is gonna fix it for you. Okay, let's take a look at some more cards with this layout. So let's go back to the catalog. I'll show you the inspiration layout again. Here it is. So I don't know, you know, we never know in the catalog exactly what measurements are used. So I just kind of guessed when I did my layout, but that's the great thing about the back pocket card layouts is that you don't have to guess. I've figured out the measurements for you, and so you can just make the card. So there is the difference here. Now, so my rectangles are a little bit maybe taller and skinnier, and there's just a slightly bit of more room here, but it's kind of the same, and you can see where the inspiration is. Now let's check out some card samples. Here is one that uses the beautiful gallery suite. Oh, I love these colors. Basic beige for the card base, some mossy meadow, and that is embossed with the damask embossing folder, damask designs I think it's called. And then I cut apart the designer paper. I used some of the images here and the sentiment, and love those little brushed brass butterflies. So there's one sample, and here's another one using more of the butterflies. This one uses the botanical texture suite from the online exclusives. I've got the mini corrugated embossing folder in the background, some smoky slate and basic black, and then some images from that botanical textures. And then here's another one. I honestly am not a big fan of this one, but I was playing around using that new Pop and Buy Sweet or Poppin' In or whatever it is with the popcorn. And this is some polka dot paper from the Turtle, Totally Awesome or whatever it's called. And I don't know, I was kind of lukewarm about it, but it did use the same layout. So no matter what stamps you have and no matter what designer paper, all these layouts are meant for you to just use what you have and create with, you know, with whatever you have at home. So I hope these just kind of give you some ideas, right? Like maybe you don't have this or the popcorn or the flowers or the washi tape or whatever, but you can create this card using whatever you have at home, because I know you guys have lots of lots of stamps, dies, ink, and paper, and so you don't have to go buy all the newest, latest things. I mean, you can if you want to, and you can just go ahead over to my shop at juliedavison.com/shop if you do want the latest and greatest washi tape and designer paper and all the things. But you don't have to. I know you guys got lots of stuff at home. How was my trip, Twyla? Thank you for asking. We had so much fun in Florida. We started on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip, and that was to Disney, and so we got to go to some of the parks and just enjoy the beautiful Grand Floridian Resort. Just a little asterisk that less than 1% of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators earn the incentive trip, so it was very special to be spoiled and to enjoy that trip. And then my husband and I, we added on a couple extra days, and we went down to Melbourne Beach, and we stayed at an Airbnb that was right on the Atlantic Ocean. Like literally walk through the yard and walk over the steps and you're right there on the ocean. And so it was so beautiful. We spent a couple days just relaxing. We did some kayaking and a little bit of hiking at one of the like little sanctuaries there with the I forget what it was called. It's a lot where the turtles are coming in and nesting and laying eggs, and so they had a visitor center. It was really great to visit that, and mostly it was just nice to just have some quiet time to ourselves. That beach time is definitely more my speed than Disney parks. And so we enjoyed the Florida weather, and we just got back on Wednesday night, so I feel like I'm still doing some major catch up. My parents came and they stayed with our youngest two while we were gone, and so when we got home, we had a day to kind of visit with them before they headed home this morning. Yes, you know what, Diane, we are just getting started. I guess we took a long time on that first card, but we've got 2 more cards to make. So I'm so glad you popped in to say hello, and happy Memorial Weekend to everyone. It's Memorial Day on Monday here in the United States. And I've got my sister here visiting. I'm so excited that she's here for the holiday weekend. Oh, Tony, I like that idea. She was saying about the, I'm going to just try that really quick. Tony said the popcorn looks better with black eyes, and I think I agree with you. Let's see. Somewhere, I think I have, is this the new marker? Yes, I think this one's the new marker. I'm just going to use my marker to color, but he does come to life with the eyes colored in. I'm not going to color the eyes in the background, though. I don't know. You know what he needs is some, like, big old googly eyes. Okay. There's our little popcorn guy. Let's move on to our next project. Now, I shared last week when I did my video that I love to sketch out designs from the catalog. So I go through the catalog and I'm looking at cards, and I'll take it and I'll just kind of sketch it out with pencil. And so I highly recommend that you do this. I like to put the page numbers on here. And one of the reasons I sketch them out is because I don't want to be locked in. I don't want to look at this card and think like, I have to use this designer paper and this stamp set. Like, I want to let myself like be free to pop in whatever I have, you know, whether it's flowers or pigs or, you know, turtles or rainbows or whatever. And so when I sketch it out, it kind of like breaks my mind from the color image. And on the back pocket card layouts, that's kind of why I have the layout on one side and the samples on the other. So if you need a little inspiration, it's on the back side, but otherwise you can just focus on the measurements and plugging in whatever you have. So here is the card layout right here that inspired our next back pocket card layout. Now, this card is really, really busy, but I kind of boiled it down in my sketch to a big piece of designer paper, and then I colored a solid piece here to sort of contrast that pattern. And then there's this large die cut, and I just put like a rectangle there to, you know, inspire some kind of image. And so what I came up with, where are my pieces? What I came up with in the layout is having a solid piece of cardstock there that then you can add embellishments and images and whatnot to. So let's get out. For this card, I am using the new Boho Vibes suite. And this is kind of a fun one. This is brand new. We were just able to order this starting May 5th when the catalog started. There's this great bundle called Sunshine Vibes, and it has some words and some fun imagery. Like, I'm a little perplexed on how to use this. I'm excited about the colors and the imagery, but like I'm looking for some ideas, and I need to warm up a little bit. But I really love the dies. Now the dies create different rainbows, and you can kind of see here in the catalog, like this die cuts like the lines into a negative piece or into a large piece. And if you want to, you can die cut the whole frame like that. And so you could die cut that kind of background piece. And then there's also these little detailed pieces that go together, and you can create little rainbows with them. So here is an example of that. This was a shoebox swap card from Peoria. I don't remember who designed this one. The color inspiration came from the designer paper called Boho Vibes. And so we've got some Daffodil Delight, some Cloud Cover, some Secret Sea, some Cajun Craze, let me show you the designer paper here. It's a 6x6 designer paper, and this one includes 8 different sheets, and so you're going to get 6 of each pattern to make up 48 sheets in the 12x12 or 6x6, sorry. So we've got those colors I told you about, plus some petal pink in there as well. And they're very like almost fall colors. Mossy Meadow is that dark green. Very, very different from like traditional rainbows. You know, you think of like red and yellow and green and blue. These colors are very, very different, very much that boho vibe. And lots of great patterns on the back side, really focusing on the blues, the cloud cover, the secret sea, and that petal pink. But the front is just so fun with all those bright colors. And here's another card. This one is one that my mom created. She left an extra for me because she's just so awesome. She did our mystery stamping with our team earlier this week. That is one of my favorite things. We do a Zoom every month, and we just kind of get together and do like a show and tell and just chat, and then we do a mystery stamping project together. So this is the one, the card that mom created with the mystery stamping measurements that she came up with. And I love it. It uses some of the different designer paper pieces and then some of those detailed die cuts, tying in the colors from the designer paper. I haven't had a chance to create a card yet with this suite, so I'm really excited to do that. So this card tonight is going to be my first one with the boho vibes, but I'm sure I'm going to bring it out and play a little bit more. And I need your help a little bit again, because I was having a hard time deciding on patterns and colors. So I've got 2 card bases here. We've got Cajun Craze and Daffodil Delight. And I'm sorry, I have 3 card designer papers to choose from. So we have, this is designer paper number 1, and this is designer paper number 2, and this is designer paper number 3. And so that's what it looks like on the Cajun Craze, and this is what it looks like on the Daffodil Delight. And I have a piece to go next to it for the layout that is going to be Secret Sea. So that's what 3 looks like, and that's what 2 looks like, and 1. And then we have a piece that's going to go across and we're going to do some stamping on it. So the layout's going to kind of look like that. I know, I was thinking Cajun Craze, Gail, for the shoebox swap. So this shoebox swap was something that we did in Peoria. It was an organized event. And yeah, we essentially just created a project and then we brought all the supplies that we needed and we rotated tables. It was so much fun. I've actually done things like that with my customers too here locally, where we call it Card Club, and we each bring a project, everything that you need to make it, and then we just rotate the shoebox or we rotate the stations around the table, and then we each make one of the cards. And so it's just so much fun. The Zoom is something different, and for that it's all virtual, so I don't provide the stamps and ink. Everyone has their stuff at home. Oh no, Sharon, I'm so sorry you missed out on the mystery stamping. The video is in our Facebook group, so you can watch the replay. Okay, we have some votes here, several for 2. And I do like the 2 because I think that it has a pattern that isn't too overwhelming and busy. And I'm seeing a lot of Cajun Craze. I do think that Cajun Craze is just such a grounding color, so I agree with you there. I'm going to keep the daffodil out and all these pieces. We'll stamp and then we'll come back to this. No, I don't want to get them out of order. This was 1, 2, 3. Let's do our little stamping here on this piece. This is 1.5 by 3 inches, and it's just, it's kind of small, just meant to like anchor everything together. For the stamp set, this is going to be a very simple stamping kind of thing. I know the last card was very intricate with all those little die cut pieces, but this one is just going to be a very simple stamp on the white cardstock here. So I'm going to do Sending Good Vibes. I love that sentiment. And then the sun with the rays. I think that's just such a good vibes kind of thing. So let's start by stamping the sunshine, and I'm using Daffodil Delight, which is the color in the designer paper. Now earlier when I was stamping my sample, I got out what I thought was Daffodil Delight, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so light. And so then I got out Crushed Curry, and then I realized when I was putting it away that the color that I got out originally was Lemon Lolly. So of course it was so light. But Daffodil Delight is the color that matches the yellow. I'm doing Sending Good Vibes in Secret C, and that's going to be over here on the left side. So kind of overlapping the sunshine just a little bit. And so now when we bring in our card pieces, we can see what do we like with the Sending Good Vibes. Does this suite have any, does it have any ribbon? I don't think so. It's just got gems. So like that, those blue gems would be really pretty. Okay, so there's number 3, and here's number 2. Oh yeah, I think 2 is it. And Diane, I agree with you. I love the yellow, but I do think that the Cajun Craze just is a good color to kind of ground everything together. And we've got Cajun Craze in all of the paper patterns, and so it kind of ties in, I think, even though we're not using any Cajun Craze ink. Well, you could kind of mix and match, and you could make all kinds of cards using different pieces of the designer paper and creating different elements. Here it is on the yellow, and with the stamped image, I mean, maybe that might change your mind if you like the yellow. I think this is the designer paper everyone seems to like, so we're going to use this one, and let's do a quick look. So that's on the daffodil, and this is on the Cajun Craze. Many of you said Cajun Craze, and I think I agree. So let's go ahead and glue this down and take a look at adding some embellishments. Our first card took a long time. This one's going to be super short, and then I'll share with you some samples using the same layout. feel like my cardstock base is just like a little bit bigger than, so there's like a, I'm going to cut it. It's just a little bit longer than the designer paper. That happens sometimes because the cardstock, when I cut it in half, sometimes one side is bigger than the other. Now I gotta peel that up though because it's not centered very well. Oh, Julie. I should have been a little more strategic before I glued or pushed down too hard on it. Okay, we're gonna come over just a little bit. I'm not gonna push down too hard yet. Let's see. Does that look even? I think so. Let's go with it. I'm gonna trim that little bit here since it's just a little bit bigger. I was starting to say when you cut your design or when you cut your cardstock in half, sometimes the cardstock is like not exactly 11 inches. So like the first card was 5.5, but the second one might be like 5.5 plus a little tiny 1/8 of an inch or something. Just because the cardstock wasn't exactly 11 inches. So I just took a hair off of there. We're going to add this piece on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And in this case, this card piece is really simple with the stamping that I did. But in my other samples, I had additional like images that I added to the anchoring piece, and you'll see you can get busy and creative and add all kinds of things, but I don't know, I kind of like this clean and simple layout like that. With the rainbows, I don't know, it might be nice to add some of the like leaves or something there, but we're gonna just do the simple stamping, and let's add some embellishments. So with this one, gosh, I don't know, maybe the green. The yellow is a bit lighter. It's interesting. It's quite a bit lighter than the designer paper. The blue is very subtle, but that could work. Or the pink. I think I'm going to do the green. There are two sizes of this, of these dots. There's small and then there's large. And I think they blend in a lot. I'm changing my mind. I'm gonna put them back. I think against the designer paper, they just blend in too much. And so what I'd like to do instead is to add some dots here. And I'm gonna do 3. Boop, boop, boop. Like that. I don't know, what do you think about that? I'm not sure how I feel either. Yeah, the pink would have been good. I think any of the lighter colors there, the pink or the light blue. The yellow just isn't matching well. Let me show you again the inspiration project. And it's kind of funny because it looks nothing like the inspiration project. You can see where the inspiration came from with the panels and the sentiment, down here. But this one is so very busy. I did actually use this Florals and Bloom designer paper for one of my samples. And I just used a different pattern. I did this one and I stamped the flowers with Peach Pie, Timid Tiger, and Secret Sea. I used cloud cover for that little piece, and and the sentiment comes from that bundle with all the words, all one stamp and all one die. And then, of course, I made another one. So this is one of the samples in the back pocket card layout. And the other sample is a this or that. After I did a demonstration at the Peoria event, Shannon West gifted me the Inspiring Imperfections bundle. And so I got it early and didn't have to wait until May to order it. And so I used the stamp and the dies to create these cards, but I didn't have the designer paper yet. So the designer paper is actually from the Beautiful Gallery paper collection. This one I used the Damask Designs embossing folder to emboss that designer paper. And then this one just has such a beautiful design. And I thought they both kind of lended themselves to the feel of the vase. And so here I did a little bit of embossing with the gold to bring in that crack, and it kind of goes with the sentiment. There is beauty in your history. And on this one, I used the Wink of Stella and colored the flower and sort of like blended that blue a little bit. So this or that, do you prefer this one with the Calypso Coral or this one with Secret Sea, the pink or the blue? Both of them use the same pack of pearls, which has, I think, 3 different colors in it. And it was just amazing that they both went so together. Now this one actually, I don't know that originally was meant to be cloud cover, but that pearl color is just absolutely perfect with a cloud cover. It is the, oh, it must just be pictured online. There's more embellishments online. They're not all pictured here in the catalog. And so definitely make sure when you're in the online store that you're checking everything out. I was really torn on this. I see you guys are too. I see a lot of this, like Jennifer says this and Joe says this, Cynthia as well, and Lynn and Pam. But then a lot of you like the blue one too, like Debbie and Gail. Diane. Yeah. I know they're both just gorgeous. It's so hard to pick. Marilyn says Secret Sea and Shanna. I had such a hard time, and ultimately I ended up choosing this one for the back pocket card layout. I just liked the contrast a little bit, and both of those used Secret Sea for the strip, and so I was just trying to be like a little bit different. So the back pocket card layout includes both of those. No, Sharon says her husband says this. Again, there's not a wrong one. You can kind of play around and just make them both, right? I like that this one has that gold embossed little crack on it. So this was our second card layout. And no matter what you use, you can create beautiful cards. And so I hope that you feel inspired by these. We've got one more card layout that I want to do tonight. And I am going to use this Inspiring Imperfections because I really wanted to try to use products that you guys maybe haven't seen a lot yet that are brand new that just came out. And so Inspiring Imperfections is one of them. Let's take a look at that suite really quick. And I feel like I'm not even going to try. I know I'm going to mess this up. The name of the designer paper is, oh, maybe I don't have that page marked. Let's see here. 58. Kintsugi Inspirations. I'm like asking a question because I don't know if that's right. This suite is so beautiful. It has 12 by 12 designer paper that has gold foil, and it has just these gorgeous colors. And so the whole idea, and there's a little note in here, it's actually on the next page, that talks about like the inspiration for this suite. And so it says, it should have a pronunciation key for me. What's kintsugi? It's a traditional Japanese technique of repairing broken pottery with gold lacquer. The mended gold veins become a celebration of imperfection instead of hiding it. And it says, we love that philosophy. I kind of agree. So you see in the designer paper sort of these different pieces of the pottery that is melded together with the gold, and it's a very large proportion here with some of these images. This is a 12 by 12 designer paper, so you have 6 different designs with the gold foil on each one. This one coordinates with the dies, and you will be able to die cut all of these, the flower, the bowl, and the vase with the coordinating dies. Oh, I was so confused. I was reading Elizabeth's comments. She says that there you can also put that washi tape on window sheet, and then the adhesive doesn't show on the back, and so that just kind of helps to give it that stability. I saw that idea on the demonstrator planning place. I think they did a demonstration of the washi tape, and that's such a great idea to use the window sheet. I like the white border with the cardstock, but yeah, if you don't want the border, then that is a great option, is to use the window sheet. Cynthia says, oh, my pronunciation's pretty close to the way the designer said it. Good. I feel like I just need to like watch that word, you know, like sometimes I look up like on YouTube how to pronounce, and then like, you know, I just watch it over and over again in practice. Like bow. I'm just kidding. I haven't looked that one up, but I always got the bow punch mixed up and wanted to say, did I say it wrong? Bow wow. No, yeah, I got it. I think I got it right. Anyway, back to the designer paper. The colors in this paper include cloud cover, misty moonlight, basic beige, petal pink, old olive, and of course the gold foil. It is such a beautiful paper. And like I said, I haven't really had a chance to play with this designer paper. I just made those couple cards with the stamp set. Now, the other things in this suite include the Inspiring Imperfections bundle, which has the imagery and really inspiring messages like, thank you for helping me through this difficult time. You inspire me. I know you'll get through this and be stronger for it, and I'm here for you. In addition, there are some dies that die cut those images, and then also some detailed dies like the flowers and the branches, which can also be die cut and used as cracks. So branches to pair with the flowers or to use as cracks on the vase and the bowl. There's also this label die cut, which I used on my card over here, and it kind of looks like a torn edge on each side, but it is nice and smooth from the die cutting. Oh, I love that idea. Vicky's saying, would vellum work with the washi tape? I think vellum would look lovely underneath the washi tape to die cut instead of the cardstock. Okay, so the other items here, we have the joined together 3D embossing folder, and it has kind of those different patterns in each little section. That is, you can see a little better here. I haven't had a chance to emboss it yet, but lots of fun texture to add to your card. And then finally, these gold flower accents, and these are very, very lightweight. They're very low profile, and they are going to just tie in really nicely with the gold in the designer paper. So I want to make a card based on our last layout with this designer paper. And this one I don't quite have figured out. So we're going to just figure it out together as we go. And I closed the catalog because the inspiration is right here on the cover. This was one of the first projects that I saw because obviously it's on the cover. And I just loved this little layout with having a large background piece and then a banner and a little more designer paper and a sentiment with some twine. Now this banner was die cut using the brand new banner dies. I haven't ordered those yet, but I'm really excited about this new set of dies because I think it is just so versatile. And here it is. The banner dies include 20 dies. That die cut as large as 7 by 5 3/8 inch. And then the smallest one is quite small, and I actually don't have it, so I'm not sure. But looking at like this card here, we see there's 3 banners across the card front. So I would guess that they're probably like, you know, 1.5 by 2 inches or 2 1/4 or something like that. So you can make banners with them, you can make gift tags, you can do all kinds of fun things on your card. So this card actually uses that die cut banner, but since I don't have those dies yet, I just kind of made my own measurement based on the size of that card. So I have that here. I'm gonna pull out that back pocket card layout. There are the measurements and the sizes. So I'm going to first start by showing you my samples, and then we'll cut and make a card ourselves. So this first card is my favorite. I love these cute little turtles. I used the new embossing folder in the background, blended a little blue ink on the banner, added some designer paper, the embossed greeting, and a little twine. This turtle and the birds are die cut from the designer paper. I mean, how stinking cute. I love that so very much. This one is another one that uses the same stamp actually as the card here on the catalog cover. I just use some different colors. The designer paper comes from the flower paper from the online exclusives. I use the B-side pattern, so you don't maybe recognize it, but it has all those busy flowers. And I stamped in Pretty in Pink and Strawberry Slush with garden green, and the garden green from the designer paper up there. Love the way that one turned out. Here's another one using botanical textures, and I really like this card, but I just felt like it was so black and white, and I don't know, I wasn't digging it, so I created the other cards, and I think I like how colorful they are. But again, you can do this with any designer paper, any stamp set. So I did a little mini corrugated embossing folder up here, the die cut sentiment, a little note of appreciation, and then the simple stamped images on the banner. I was stamping with Chris Anderson when she was working on her card swaps, and she used the beautiful gallery suite and was also inspired by the catalog image on the front. And so she used the damask embossing folder, some of the designer paper, and the beautiful, or gallery blooms, I think is the name of that stamp set that coordinates with the suite, which is in here right there. Yep, gallery blooms. She's some of those stamped images. Lost Lagoon, Secret Sea, a little peach pie, and calypso coral for the flowers. So I know you can just create so many things with the same layout, and so I want to make a card, and we're going to use this Inspiring Imperfections. Somewhere I have, oh, that's not going to be the right color, but I love that this paper has some imagery that we can die cut right here. So if we wanted to, we could either stamp and die cut, or we can cut something out from the paper. And so for our layout, we need a banner, we need a background piece, we need a little coordinating piece on top, and then the focal imagery, and we'll do the label. Oh yeah, the label die cut for the sentiment. That's going to be good. So I am loving, love that image, and maybe maybe the banner would be blue or a basic beige color on top of the white background, and something like that for yes, I'm loving that. Okay, so let's get out some cardstock. I'm going to use Misty Moonlight for the card base. I've got my card bases pulled over here. I have a whole stack of them, but I'm pulling navy instead of the color I want, which is Misty Moonlight. And we are going to cut the designer paper. The background piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And that's so pretty. Then looking at our back pocket card layout, I've got the strip at the top, which is going to be 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. Perfect. And I am going to stamp that. We need a banner. The banner is going to be basic beige, and this is 2 1/2 inches by 4. 2 1/2 by 4. And without the dies, I am going to need to make my own banner by using scissors. I'm cutting up about a 1/2 inch in the center. I'm just eyeballing it, and then using the scissors to cut from each corner to the top of that center cut. Like that. Get some of these out of the way. And then we'll add our little designer paper piece up there. It'd be really pretty to have some gold ribbon. I'm trying to think what kind of gold ribbon we have, or twine. Do we have any gold twine? I might have gold twine. Whether or not it's current, I don't know, but I think this card needs some gold twine. I don't know. I'm gonna see what I have. I might bring some gold twine in here and use that. But in the meantime, we're going to stamp a couple things. We're going to stamp the large vase, and we're going to stamp the sentiment. I'm gonna use this one. We're going to stamp both of those in Misty Moonlights. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. This is such a long video tonight. I'm sorry. I have mail call to share with you. And next time we're going to do our May card kit. So I'm going to do the mail call tonight so we don't forget. I have some cards. Okay, so Misty Moonlight ink. We're going to stamp the vase. Oh, this is so pretty. Love it. And we're going to stamp the sentiment. There's beauty in your history. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. Okay, I want to kind of bring in some of the colors here. And so I'm going to use Wink of Stella. Someone please tell me why I have 4 Wink of Stellas. Which one is full? This looks like an older one. This one looks like it might be the newest. So, oh, whoa, what happened there? There we go. So I am going to use the Wink of Stella to, I'm gonna squeeze a little bit, to blend. Ooh, see how that works? I am blending with the Wink of Stella, the water-based ink. And so I'm just kind of like making those flowers. There are only 2 down here a little bit. You know, I'm gonna do the leaves as well. Just kind of blend in and add some sparkle to the images. Oh, so pretty. Okay, I think that looks good. Can you see? I'm going to die cut with the label and the vase. And I think we can send these both through at the same time. we got little Lucy down here. Let's put these aside. Get Lucy out. Do some quick die cutting. Oh, Diane, I like that idea. Using a thin piece of gold DSP to represent the twine. I might do that. And Lisa, I'm so sorry that you were having trouble with the bundle. I'm gonna have to check that that button after the video tonight. We've had several people have trouble. If you pay for them separately, I will refund you the difference because there's a $5 discount when you get them together. I'll refund you the difference and also refund the extra shipping, and I'll send them together. So I'll take care of you. No worries. Okay. I don't think any of those are going to be a little too skinny, but I do love the idea of like maybe just a little, oh, this is a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. And you know what? I'm thinking, that maybe we need a little cloud cover, like a cloud cover for the label instead of the white. Is there too much white going on? Let's try that. I have a little bit of cloud cover here, and I'm gonna stamp in Misty Moonlight. Where did it go? Misty Moonlight. Is it in front of me? Where is the Misty Moonlight ink? I see Secret C. Is it on the floor? Oh, I put it away already. That was quick. I guess there wasn't enough room, and I just put it away. Misty Moonlight ink on Secret, nope, Cloud Cover, on Cloud Cover. I just think that adding another color in here so that it's not all just blue and white. I think it's still blue and white, but it'll be a different shade of blue and white. Okay. Just die cut that really quick. You guys can tell me what you think. I just think that bringing in another color. Yeah, don't you like that better? I don't want to lose this. I'm gonna put that away. Okay, how about some gold? Oh my gosh, look at this. Inside my gold, I have some pre-cut little strips from another project that were just waiting for me. How handy is that? Don't you guys save every little scrap? Sometimes I wonder if I save too much, but it's handy in times like this. So instead of the twine, I'll do a little like layer of gold here. Oh, so lovely. Then our banner is going to go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. And our vase, of course, is going to go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. I feel like this gold is too much. Is it too wide? I know I'm not making it any less wide, but I'm just scooting it up a little bit. I don't know why that helps, but I feel like it does. Okay, the banner is going to go on the right side of the card, sort of centered top to bottom. Then some Stampin' Dimensionals on the vase. That's going to overlap the top a bit because it's so long. There is beauty in your history. This is going to go on with a dimensional on the side to match the height of the vase, and some regular adhesive over the part that's going to overlap the vase. Now in the original layout it's up here, but I think with everything else that's going on, I like it a little better down here. Don't you think? Lower. We're going to bring some of the gold embellishments in. Now, I haven't talked about it since the beginning of the video, but the green pouch that you can get with the back pocket card layouts that are special edition. Where did that go? What did I do with that? Here it is. It will include a mystery embellishment. So there's 5 back pocket card layouts and then a mystery embellishment. So it could be this one, or it could be the one I used earlier, or it could be any of the new embellishments from the annual catalog. So your pouch is going to have a new embellishment in it, which is about a $10 value after tax and shipping. So these are the flower accents that are part of this suite. Like I said, they're really nice, lightweight, low profile, and I think they're going to finish off this card perfectly. So I'm going to just kind of add them over here. There's 2 sizes, small and large, and I'm going to do 3 around the sentiment. Oh my gosh. I love the way this card turned out. There is beauty in your history. Isn't it gorgeous? This is with that new Inspiring Imperfections stamp set. And again, whether you're using vases or turtles or flowers, I think no matter what designer paper or stamp set you use, you will find inspiration here with this beautiful layout inspired right from the catalog. Now, the back pocket card layouts, the special edition, all 5 of these were inspired. There's that one. All of them were inspired by layouts in the annual catalog, and all of them feature card samples using brand new product to inspire you. So these are not ideas that have been around. These have been brand new. I created and curated these project ideas just for you, and created this pouch just for you. Creativity is intelligence having fun. I think that perfectly sums up the whole purpose of the back pocket card layouts, to serve as inspiration as you are finding your creativity. Let's take a look really quick again at the cards, if I can find them, the cards that we made tonight. We created 4 cards, actually. The first one was a twofer. We used that awesome new washi tape for one of the layouts. A really clean and simple card with the boho vibes, and we ended with that beautiful Inspiring Imperfections vase and the gold kintsugi sweet. What is the name of it? I am inspired. Yeah, kintsugi inspirations. Anyway, beautiful cards. Tell me which one of these layouts you feel most inspired by. What are you ready to go to your stamp room right now and create with? Leave a comment and let me know. I did promise you some mail call, and so let's go over some of the cards that I received from all of you and from some other demonstrators and stamping friends. It's been so much fun to receive your happy mail, and hopefully I'll be sending you guys some happy mail with a package of back pocket card layouts. So make sure to check out that. The link is in the video description. I have it right there on the kits page. So if you scan the QR code or go to the link juliedavison.com/kits, that's where you're going to find that special edition back pocket card layouts. And if you did order both of the product shares from me, then you got, minus the embellishments, you got the cards and the envelope. And I still have some that I'll be shipping out next week of the product shares. All right, let's take a look at this mail call. I have a few cards to share with you. I'm sorry our video is going so late tonight. The first several cards, what a special surprise. These are from Celine Kempton. She's one of my friends who's also a demonstrator, and she used my stamp set with you in mind for a card class. And so she sent me cards from her card class that use that stamp set. I just love this stamp set with you in mind. If you don't have this one yet, it carried over to the new catalog, and I'm so excited. Celine used the Wildflower Birthday designer paper, which was featured in the January through April mini catalog, but it's still available right now, so you can definitely still get that. It's got such beautiful colors with the blueberry bushel and pretty peak, or not pretty peacock, pretty in pink. And I love how she used the images and the greetings from the stamp set to create these cards. The notes of texture die for that rectangle, the 3D fern embossing folder in the background here, soft seafoam. That's not a color I use a lot, so I was excited to see her incorporate that color. Here's a little drape in or curtain fold card with the designer paper and a little wink of Stella on the hearts in the background, heartfelt hexagon punch for the image, and then a little heart on the inside. And the last card is a little mini Z fold. I love the designer paper on the inside and how the cupcake just ties in so perfectly with that designer paper. So thank you to Celine Kempton for sending me this fun little package of cards. And it was so great to catch up with Celine on the Disney incentive trip. Speaking of which, we received a lovely basket of snacks on the first day as our pillow gift, and this card was tucked inside. It says, "It's a wonderful day to celebrate you with pool party, some Lost Lagoon, and pretty peacock." And this sentiment comes from that new chalk, the chalk bundle in the online exclusives. It is right here. Paper tags. I was thinking of Chalk Talk, which was a the older version of that bundle from many years ago, and it has a little bit of strawberry slush in there too. So it was such a great little card to get, that handmade card with a gift, and we just had so much fun on the trip. Here are some other cards that I received. I love this one. It was in the mail waiting for me when I got home from Susie Sherwin, using some of the new in colors. She used all the in colors in the designer paper strips here with the Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush, Cloud Cover, and I always want to say Ocean, Secret Sea. Such a beautiful card. Thank you so much, Susie, for sending this card and your wonderful message inside. It was so very sweet of you. A similar layout here. This one is from Kaylee Slyman, and she used the Woven Textures designer paper. I love how she stamped right on the designer paper and die cut with the notes of texture. Little black Essentials twine. That Essentials twine pack has like all the basic colors, you know, like the white, the vanilla. There's I think there's like a beige or gray granite in there, crumb cake, and then the black, of course. I use the black and white the most probably. Such a great card. And thank you so much, Kaylee, for sending your great big card swaps. And you were asking about matching envelopes. I love the matching envelopes, and sometimes you'll see them in the video. Sometimes they're folded up and I just send them on with the card. Occasionally I do send the card in those matching envelopes. Generally, it's easier for me not to have to try to match up the envelopes when I'm sending them out. So you can just not include them. That would be easier for me. If you include them, I try to pass them on. So it's really up to you, I suppose. Our next card is from Pam Hoteling, and I love this layout. It's actually one of the back pocket card layouts, and so she was sending a little thank you card for that. So I think this was from the August kit. Now the back pocket card layouts, I don't know, I'm sure if you've been watching my channel you know, but there's a new back pocket card layout every single month in my card kit, and so that's why there's like a whole 2024 collection, because there's one every month. So here is that card layout, and I love that she used it. This beautiful designer paper in the shades of blue and my stamp set with you in mind. Such a great card. Thank you so much, Pam, for that. Oh, I love this one from Kathleen. She used the Storybook Moments designer paper and the amazing frame dies to highlight the die cut image from that designer paper. A little wild wheat here and basic beige for the card piece. Such a gorgeous card. This is another one that was in the January through April mini catalog, and the designer paper is still available. So if you didn't get this one, be sure to check it out in the online store. We have another gorgeous card here. I think this one is from Alita. I think it was a Mother's Day card. Alita Williams sent me this card, and I just love pink and gray. Isn't that such a gorgeous combination? This is not Stampin' Up! Designer paper, but it's such a beautiful card. Thank you so much, Alita, for thinking of me and for sending me a Mother's Day card. That was so sweet of you. I had another Mother's Day card from Jill Pace using some pieces from one of the paper pumpkin kits. You are remarkable in every single way. Jill, thank you so much for spoiling me with your beautiful cards. It always makes my day to get an envelope from you. And I just feel so undeserving always to get such beautiful cards from you. So thank you. Thank you so much for making my day, making me smile. I always am so touched by all of your cards. And here is another set of cards. Both of these are from Sandy Coy Emery, and I'm on her card list and feel so blessed to receive many greetings throughout the year from Sandy. I'm like just feeling emotional about it because I know how much a handmade card means to me, and I hope that you will just make it your mission to send as many cards as you can to your family and friends and make a difference in their lives as well this year. This is a fun card from Sandy that has a little like kind of pop out dimension here with the designer paper that's textured, that textured paper embossed cardstock. Life is better with you. There was a little note, I think it fell out. And then a Mother's Day card as well from Sandy with this beautiful stamp. It was a celebration host stamp, I believe, and some of the marbled elegance designer paper. Sandy, thank you always for thinking of me and for sending a card. You were just the sweetest. I also received some extra cards from the Great Big Card Swap. Our theme this month is Things with Wings, and our next showcase is going to be this coming Tuesday, so be sure to check it out. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, you'll definitely want to do that so you can be notified when there's new videos. And these are always the most inspiring videos for me. The Great Big Card Swap is a swap that's open to all stampers using any products that they want, and you just send in one card, and then I share them all in the video, and I mix them up and I send them out. So everyone who sends a card gets one back. And some of you are so sweet to send an extra card for me. And so these are extras that I received during the part 1 Great Big Card Swap video for May. So thank you so much to Gwen Jackson, who used some butterflies for this card. I love the fresh freesia and lemon lime twist. And then this was a card from Mary Fudge, who used some of that beautiful Free as a Bird designer paper. And look at that stamping right on the ribbon. Isn't that clever? This one is from Mimi Hennelly, and it has a little pop-up pocket. That's so much fun. I just realized I never added the links to the Great Big Card Swap video part 1 for tutorials, so I will add that to my list of things to do in the next week, and I'm so sorry for the delay on that. Here's another card from Debbie Lindauer using some of the Flight and Airy designer paper. And I'm sorry, I was looking at comments. Mesa, we'll get it figured out. I'm so sorry that there's been problems with the pouches, and it sounds like maybe it's showing up as sold out. That's awesome. So I will definitely increase the inventory. So check back with that, and we'll figure it out. So I wasn't expecting them to sell that much. So I think I just need to increase the inventory. So check back on that. And I'm sorry if you're having problems with it. We'll get it figured out. Even if I have to send you an invoice, we'll work on that. So thank you so much for all of your support and for purchasing that. Flight and Airy is the designer paper on this card from Debbie, using some perennial postage dies here. Love that embossing folder and the heartfelt hexagon. enjoy your day. And then this one from Chris Allman, she always has such beautiful cards. She did the hummingbird from Thoughtful Expressions. That's right. So many layers here and all the beautiful colors. I love that so much. The cane weave embossing folder. And then on the inside, I love how she does a little bit of like sort of specialty paper with a little stamped image, but a space to write. I love that very much. Chris, thank you so much for sending an extra. Thank you to everyone who sent me extra cards for the great big card swap, and everyone who blessed me with all their gorgeous cards this month. You guys made my day, and I just I love it so much. So thank you. That is it for me today. This video was way longer than I intended it for it to be. It's time for me to go make that frosting and celebrate Anna's birthday with some card games and some cupcakes. Thank you for sticking with me through the end. If you enjoyed tonight's video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future card making videos like Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie, which we filmed this morning for Sunday before Mom left. It was so great to be able to stamp together in person. So you're going to want to tune in. This week we are featuring what are we featuring? What did we use? Oh yeah, the celebratory sips bundle and suite from the online exclusives. These cards are so cute. You guys are gonna love them. So tune in on Sunday for that. And then Tuesday we've got the great big card swap. Next Thursday we'll be back on track. On Thursday night again, 7:15 p.m. Central Time. I'll be sharing the May bonus project kit. So make sure to come back for that. All right, have a fabulous weekend. Happy Memorial Day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.